I want to continue talking about being bored and how that can be a positive thing. I want to relate it to an idea about idleness. Saint Benedict famously says in chapter 48 of the Rule that idleness is the enemy of the soul. Now, to understand this, it helps to look at first the context in which he's saying this. So Saint Benedict says this when he's beginning his chapter to describe the schedule of work for the monks. So the monks need to have a schedule, a structure for when they're going to work. And if they don't, they'll be idle, and that's not good for them. That's the point. So next we want to look at, well, what is idleness? How does he mean it there? So let me give you 3 different things a person could say. And notice they're all different. So someone could say this: I am doing nothing. I am doing nothing. Is that what it means to be idle? Someone also could say, there is nothing to do. Is that idleness? There is nothing to do. And thirdly, someone could say, there is nothing I have to do. Is that idleness? Well, the way St. Benedict is speaking about it, I would say, is really that last one. So it's not a matter of I am doing nothing. It's not really that there's nothing to do. There's going to be a whole bunch of things to do. But it's really that third thing. There is nothing I have to do, right? So the monks, if they don't have to do work at certain times in the day, they're going to be idle. And they'll end up doing some things they shouldn't be. It's not that they're doing nothing. It's that they're not doing constructive things. So this seems to me to be the situation that we face in life, and especially now when many of us have to stay home due to the coronavirus crisis that we're dealing with. So there's nothing that I have to do at this point, at this moment. And that's the kind of idleness that's related, I think, to boredom. It works this way. So it ends up, you have nothing you have to do at this point. And so what are you going to do then? Well, the things, you can do some unconstructive things that are just easy to do. They're comfortable. They're exciting, perhaps. So you can do things like watch a lot of movies or programs, or spend a lot of time on the internet, watch 10,000 YouTube videos. Perhaps you can eat more than you should. Also, what happens to it in this kind of idleness, I've seen this from my pastoral experience, is when people have nothing they have to do. Let's say they're on break from school, they're away from the usual schedule. It can be a time of temptation, right? So then they fall into some bad habits. It could be stuff like pornography, sometimes things like marijuana use or over drinking, right? When you don't have anything to do, you have to do, that is, that can be a tempting time because you start to get drawn towards things that are either a waste of time, not constructive, or perhaps even positively harmful. So that kind of idleness is an enemy of the soul, or it can be. So your choice then, when there's nothing you have to do, is you either do the easy things that aren't constructive or even harmful, or what you do is you have to do these things that are constructive, that are beneficial to you. Things like your work, some hobby, some chores, exercise, and especially, as I've said last time, a prayer, right? So prayer is very good for you, of course. But those constructive things that you don't have to do can be a bit boring. There's nothing exciting about them to stimulate you and motivate you to do them. And so when you have this idle time, that is, when you have these times in which there's nothing you have to do, you have this choice. You're going to do some unconstructive things, or you're going to push through the boredom and do these constructive things. So that's what I'm saying. Have the courage to push through the initial boredom of doing these constructive things, because I think they will be, in the long run, very peaceful and good for your soul. And here, people have mentioned this during this time of quarantine, and I think it's a good point. Structures help. Structures help a lot. Because what does a structure do? It kind of prods you to apply yourself to something constructive. Right? So if you're in school, a certain time of the day comes, you go to class, and you go to the next class. If you're going into work, you're kind of prompted or even prodded to do the things you're supposed to be doing at that point. So we need some structure, and it's been interesting to see people talk about during their time at home, quarantine, putting in place some structure has been good for them, right? Because it helps you to do these constructive things and to avoid doing things that aren't so constructive and that are perhaps even bad.